Louis, take a last shot of us. The last view of the Transkei. Okay, let's hit the road. If you can see, I'm limping a bit. I tore a muscle in my calf last night. But that's how it goes. Well, that's the Transkei done and dusted, or the Wild Coast, and we're now on our way up to Tonga Beach Lodge in the Greater St. Lucia wetlands. It's a natural World Heritage Site. And there we're going to be checking out a pristine marine environment, as well as an indigenous fishing method. See how much our world has changed when it comes to getting food and what we've done to the environment. And as per usual, it's another 2 whole days on the road. Adios amigos. KwaZulu-Natal, here we come. Human evolution. It kicked off for us when we were little more than scavengers. We lived off the land, learned to hunt and gather, all the while trying our very best not to be eaten. As time ticked by, we moved up the food chain and got smart, or so we thought. Nowadays, well, we rely on others to produce our food, and we do most of our hunting and gathering in supermarkets, unaware that our eating habits are having a massive impact not only on us, but on the environment as well. My name is Justin Bonello, and this is my journey to find out where the food I eat actually comes from. I like it when a journey ends like this, when you don't know where you're going, arrive in the dark, and you wake up in the morning to a complete surprise. How does everyone feel? Lekker.
Very nice to meet you. Bruce. Yes, Bruce.
Justin, nice to meet you.
Justin, nice to meet you.
Hello, nice to meet you. Hi, Tandiwe. Justin, nice to meet you.
Okay. Welcome to Tonga.
Oh, I'm so happy to be here. The drive was long, but you know what? The last 30 or 40 kilometers were an absolute pleasure. It was like an adventure all over again. Everyone's in good spirits. We're in cozy and surrounds for 3 days. But tomorrow's the exciting day. Tomorrow we're going diving. Stay. I'm so excited that I can barely contain myself. It's been a dream of mine to come up to the Greater St. Lucia Wetland Park for my whole life. It's that simple. It's now called the Isimaliselingo Wetland Park, but it's the same thing. It's one of South Africa's most pristine marine reserves. And by this stage, you must be wondering, why do we travel for 2 days from the wild coast of South Africa up to the northeastern corner of KwaZulu-Natal? And the answer is quite simple. The planet that we call Earth is actually 70% water. And out here is some of the best diving that South Africa has to offer, if not some of the best diving in the world. And once I've taken you out there, I'll tell you why we're here. And there's really something special about getting up at 5, 6 in the morning, coming out here and watching the sunrise. Morning, ladies. Good morning. How are you?
Fine, and you?
Well, I can't complain. Nice hairdo this morning, eh?
Yeah. Just waking up, look.
Are you excited yet? My toes are curling so much. I've been up since 5 this morning waiting. How's the tie? How are you, bud? You good?
Very, very well, thank you. Wetsuits.
Wetsuits. What I love about putting a wetsuit on is it's warm.
Okay, just a quick briefing. From here we'll go down to the beach, and the skipper Clive, you met him as well, the other me, he will actually ride the boat and give us full boat briefing. What we're doing is, we have a lot of eyes today, so keep your eyes open, looking for absolutely anything, maybe a fin coming out of the water, or a really dark patch under the water. We're looking for whale sharks or turtles, so just keep your eyes open. If you see anything, just shout, and we'll stop. Cool, let's head on to the beach.
Perfect.
Wicked.
And I could tell you about what you're about to see, but weather permitting, visibility permitting, you are about to see one of the best diving sites in the world. Most people will tell you that their dream is to swim with dolphins. Let me tell you something. You don't swim with dolphins, they swim with you. So why come to the northeast corner of South Africa? Well, I'm going to show you. This square represents 100% of the ocean, and that little circle represents the 1% of the oceans that are marine reserves that are protected. The rest of this is open game. Where does our food actually come from? It comes from this 99%, our seafood. All of the space here, and in fact doing this is kind of how they trawl with nets and dig up through the ocean and take everything. And that little 1% is what we've designated as marine reserves. And if this doesn't make you think, it should. And why are we here? It's to show you what a pristine marine environment should look like. But to really see what it's like underwater, we have to breathe underwater. So all of us are going to do a resort course, which allows us to have 2 dives out there.
Now let's go diving in the swimming pool.
He's gonna spray it.
Luke, I am your father. Okay, if we all shiver and pee at the same time, maybe the water will warm up. whole new world, you know?
Yeah, I can't wait. So tomorrow's gonna be awesome.
Ty, shot bad. I know it was freezing.
That was good. Thank you for everything. That was fantastic. We just take it nice and easy. It'll be more instructors in the water tomorrow, obviously out at sea. So tomorrow's gonna be awesome.
Shot Ty. It's a beautiful morning on the Elephant Coast, and my levels of excitement are virtually tangible. I can taste it.
Alright, and I'm counting 3, 2, 1, go!
I'm a little poked after our scuba experience, but basically we have to pack up now and get ready to move to the next spot. So we're going to get dry. I'm going to try and get this water out of my ear, and then we'll continue the story, huh? All right, it's now time for us to move to our next accommodation, the Cozy Forest Lodge. And the rest of the story, well, that'll happen along the way. Well, we've almost reached the Cozy Forest Lodge, where we're going to be spending the next 2 days checking out traditional fishing methods. But before we get there, we're going to stop off at Dog Point for a spectacular sunset. Here I am surrounded by 270 degrees of the ocean, of that beautiful blue water. But the problem with you and I is that because we don't live underwater, we don't respect the life that exists there. In a sense, it means that we've lost that connection with the oceans. It's easy for us to eat marine life because we don't even know where it really comes from. Currently, our oceans are under massive threat from an unscrupulous fishing industry. And if the same wholesale slaughter was occurring on land that is currently occurring in the oceans, there would be a massive public outcry. But because we don't see beneath these blue waters, we have a sense of apathy. It's easy. Pop a bit of fish into your mouth, tasty morsel. But by coming here for the last 2 days, I've seen with my own eyes all that life. And it's made me think that I have to change the way I eat. And it's easy. You can just say, I'm not going to eat fish. I don't know where they come from. And that way, all of this ocean will be here for our children's children and their children's children. Should make you think. Cozy Bay and Coastal Forest Reserve. Wanted to be here my whole life, and here I am, huh? It's a truly amazing thing about life, is that you can do it. There's a will, there's a way. Hello, Lana. Justin, nice to meet you.
Vusi.
Hello, Vusi. Zwane.
I just know Chris.
Chris, you
Nice
cooking
to
for
meet
me.
you.
Your reputation's already been set, eh?
Fantastic stuff.
Nice to meet you.
Georgie.
Hello, Georgie. And then the big man blessing I've already met on the road. So everyone's settled into their safari tents, and from the laughter you can hear in the background, you can hear that they've all got cold ones. And I'm going to join them in just 2 ticks. But basically we're going to get up tomorrow morning and check out the 4 lakes that make up the Cozy Bay system and the indigenous kraal fishing that the Tonga people do. But for now, it's dinner and straight to bed. It's a little prehistoric. The sun's just popped over the horizon. The lake is just on that side.
There's some hippos ahead of us. Yeah, that's a family unit. There will be always one male in charge of that family unit.
And they look laid back. But don't be fooled. If they take offense to us. So this is the northeastern corner of South Africa, close to the border of Mozambique. And beyond the coastal dunes are some of the most pristine beaches in the world. But here in the lake system there are hippopotami, which we've seen already, flat dogs, crocodiles, and more than 500 species of birds, everything from pink flamingos to the great fish eagle. And despite the fact that this looks like a really pristine environment, there is archaeological evidence that mankind has been here for a long time. Stone Age people have been munching their way up this coast for thousands of years. In more recent history, the Tonga people have been building their fish kraals for more than 700 years. And what this has to do with food is that it's possibly one of the most sustainable ways of fishing on the planet. Here's quite a good example. On our left and our right are the Tonga fishing kraals, and now all we need is a local to show us how they work. Come on.
If you finish, oh, you want to hold me?
I can hold with you.
Oh, okay. Hold me, and this one I'm picked up on me.
You know, if you want to come and see something, you've got to do it the proper way. You know, you can't just climb on a boat and drive there. You've got to come with Amos, you know. Amos says everyone has a friend, so the fish can come up into any of the lake systems to breed. Once they've bred and they're on their way out, that's when they would get caught. And all these fences here will channel the fish in. There's a first catchment area, and you can see the net closes down. And as the tide goes out, they'll swim into the deeper water here. And as the tide drops, it channels all the fish into this kraal. And at the bottom here is an entrance for the fish to go in. You can imagine a funnel. The guys can get through the funnel, but not back through that side. And once they're in there, that's when they get stabbed and become food. But the really interesting part straight away is that the holes are big enough here that all the small fish can get out. So you're only going to take size fish, And that's what makes it sustainable, you know. This is not putting a gill net across the entire inlet to the lake and taking everything. It's selective fishing, which is why it's been around for so long. But it's also slowly dying out. And one of the most sustainable ways of fishing on the planet probably won't be here in another 100 years. What's the biggest fish you've caught here?
Hey, everything is a different fish.
Yeah? So big? So big?
Yeah. It's like this.
That size? Nice size, nice eating.
If I'm selling for 100 rand.
Really?
One each.
One each?
Yeah.
How many years has your family been here? Your father's father.
Yeah.
Really, huh? Amos is saying it's better to be in bed with his wife than to be here with me. I think he's right.
You're finished.
Basically, the Tonga people came over from Mozambique long time. Seeing all this was like a gold to them because they knew they could make a living. They can catch the fish in the lakes and they can also do some red bait and mussels on the beach side and also doing some fishing. These fish traps, as well as I said, he does it every 6 months. He has to rebuild it and he can't build many more new traps because that will disturb the number of the fish in the lake system.
That was lovely, Couldn't think of a nicer way to start off my day. Thanks, guys. It's almost time for us to leave the Greater St. Lucia Wetlands Park, and all that's left to do is cook. So Miss Jackie Cameron and I are going to cook for my crew. Jackie's going to make some desserts, and since we don't have any fish, I'm going to have to cook some meat.
We're quickly starting now to do cinnamon star anise, quite a thick syrup, and then we're going to be marinating the oranges in that. It's a very quick and easy start, especially for a lovely warm evening. And we're going to be serving that with a honeyed mascarpone with lots of roasted pine kernels. And then we're going to be making up like a Belgium kind of chocolate brownie with lots of pecans, lots and lots of chocolate pieces in it. So it comes out of the oven and we serve it so it like oozes that Belgium chocolateness.
So basically, we're just doing a quick steak tonight. And it's already been marinated in coriander, mustard, garlic, rosemary, salt, black pepper. It's been munged together and then coated the meat. Get going now. We're just sealing them now. And then we're going to take it off and let it rest. Then I'm going to cut them into lacquer slices.
Sure.
And then I'm going to smoke them.
All right.
Then we're going to eat them.
In your cassie?
In my cassie. You can see how just the outside can cook, but the inside is perfectly rare. Oh, I say rare, I should say blue. I'm going to smoke them up quickly in the cassie. Now I'm just going to let it smoke for like 5 or so minutes. Won't cook it through, just give it some flavour. Then we can serve grub. It's strange to think that we know more about the moon than we do about our oceans. It's true, and that's why it's easy for us to pop a tasty marine animal or plant into our mouths without actually caring where it's come from But in my experience, popping my head under the water, breathing, seeing that life that exists beneath the waves, made it easy for me to start making some decisions when it comes to what I pop in my mouth. If I know that it is being caught in a manner that makes it sustainable, I'm happy. And it's funny, this trip that I'm doing to find out where my food comes from, it's making me look at everything I eat in a completely different light.